something is wrong long before pain appears. Your body doesn't wait for daylight to warn you. It whispers at night when the noise stops, when you finally lie still. Think about it. Why do so many strange sensations show up after dark? The racing heart, the sudden wake-ups, the discomfort you only feel in bed. Nighttime is when your defenses drop. It's when your organs reset, your nervous system recalibrates, and hidden problems become harder to hide. Most people blame stress, age, or a bad day. They turn over, check the clock, and promise themselves they'll deal with it later. But what if these night symptoms aren't random at all? What if they're early signals your body is asking you to notice? In this video, you'll discover why nighttime symptoms matter, what they may be pointing to beneath the surface, and how to recognize when something deeper is going on. There's a reason these sensations don't show up during the day, and it has everything to do with what happens inside your body at night. During the day, your body is busy surviving noise, movement, conversation, screens, stress, constant stimulation. All of it distracts you from what's happening inside. But at night, that noise fades. Your heart rate slows. Your muscles release. Hormones shift. Your nervous system switches modes. This is when your body stops compensating and starts revealing. Symptoms that were muted during the day suddenly become noticeable. A tightness you didn't feel before. A sensation that only appears once you lie down. A discomfort that seems to wait for silence to speak. Many people experience this without understanding why. They assume it's coincidence, or imagination, or just how nights are now. But the truth is simpler and more unsettling. Nighttime removes distractions. It exposes patterns. It highlights imbalances that your body manages to hide while you're awake and active. So if something consistently shows up after dark, it isn't random. It's information. And the first sign often interrupts your sleep in a way most people dismiss far too easily. For many people, the first sign shows up like this. You fall asleep normally, and then, without warning, you wake up. No noise. No nightmare. No obvious cause. Just a sharp return to consciousness, often with a sense of alertness that feels out of place in the middle of the night. For many people, this becomes routine. They glance at the clock. Turn over. Try to sleep again. Some check their phone. Others sigh and assume it's stress, aging, or a light sleep phase. But the body doesn't wake itself up without a reason. Sudden nighttime awakenings can happen when your nervous system senses internal imbalance. Blood sugar drops. Stress hormones spike. Breathing patterns shift. The body reacts before the mind can understand why. What makes this symptom easy to ignore is that it doesn't hurt. It doesn't feel dramatic. It just feels inconvenient. But here's the question worth asking. If your body is pulling you out of sleep, what is it trying to protect you from? Pay attention to how often this happens. And notice whether it's becoming familiar, because familiarity is often the first step toward ignoring a real warning. For others, it doesn't start with waking up. It starts the moment they lie down. As soon as your body settles into bed, unusual sensations begin to appear. A flutter in the chest, a wave of heat, a buzzing feeling under the skin, a sudden sense of heaviness or restlessness that wasn't there moments before. You shift positions. You adjust pillows. You try to relax. But the sensation lingers. Many people describe it as hard to explain, which makes it even easier to dismiss. If you can't name it, how serious could it be? But these sensations are rarely imaginary. When you lie down, blood flow redistributes. Breathing patterns change. The nervous system moves into a different state. If something inside is struggling to adapt, the body feels it immediately. Most people assume it's anxiety, or posture, or exhaustion catching up. Yet the timing matters. If discomfort appears only when you lie down, your body may be revealing a problem that activity was masking during the day. So ask yourself, what do you feel only when everything finally goes quiet? Because what shows up in stillness is often what's been waiting all along. Some signals are quieter. You don't notice them until your breathing starts to feel different at night. Breathing is something you're not supposed to think about. It's automatic, effortless, silent, until it isn't. Some people notice they wake up gasping for air. Others feel short of breath when lying down. Some are told they snore loudly or stop breathing briefly during sleep without ever realizing it themselves. Because these changes happen at night, they often go unnoticed for years. During sleep, breathing becomes more shallow. Muscles relax. Oxygen demand shifts. If your body is already under strain, nighttime exposes it. Many people blame allergies, a cold, or sleeping position. They change pillows, open windows, ignore the pattern. But breathing issues that appear primarily at night can signal deeper problems: circulatory, neurological, or metabolic. The body doesn't struggle to breathe without a reason. It adapts until it can't. So consider this. Do you ever wake up feeling like your body forgot how to breathe? If breathing feels different after dark, your body may be signaling that something beneath the surface needs attention, long before daytime symptoms appear. Then there are symptoms that wait until bedtime to appear, especially when your body tries to rest. During the day, digestion feels manageable. You eat, you move, you stay distracted. But at night, everything changes. As soon as you lie down, discomfort begins. A burning sensation, pressure in the chest or upper abdomen, bloating that feels heavier than it should. Sometimes it's nausea. Other times it's an uneasy fullness that makes sleep uncomfortable. Because it happens at night, most people blame the last meal of the day, or eating too late, or bad food choices. But nighttime digestion issues are often about timing, not food. When you lie down, gravity no longer helps digestion. Blood flow shifts. The nervous system changes gears. If digestion is already strained, night exposes it. What makes this symptom dangerous is how normal it feels. People adapt. They prop up pillows. They avoid certain foods. They treat the inconvenience instead of questioning the cause. So ask yourself this. If your body struggles only when you rest, what is it struggling to manage when you're awake? Because discomfort that waits for bedtime is rarely random, and it's rarely just about dinner. In some cases, the warning doesn't come as pain at all. It comes through your skin. During the day, digestion feels manageable. You eat, you move, you stay distracted. But at night, everything changes. As soon as you lie down, discomfort begins. A burning sensation, pressure in the chest or upper abdomen, bloating that feels heavier than it should. Sometimes it's nausea. Other times it's an uneasy fullness that makes sleep uncomfortable. Because it happens at night, most people blame the last meal of the day, or eating too late, or bad food choices. But nighttime digestion issues are often about timing, not food. When you lie down, gravity no longer helps digestion. Blood flow shifts. The nervous system changes gears. If digestion is already strained, night exposes it. What makes this symptom dangerous is how normal it feels. People adapt. They prop up pillows. They avoid certain foods. They treat the inconvenience instead of questioning the cause. So ask yourself this: if your body struggles only when you rest, what is it struggling to manage when you're awake? Because discomfort that waits for bedtime is rarely random, and it's rarely just about dinner. When the world goes quiet, some people notice a different kind of discomfort, one that only exists in silence. During the day, your body stays busy. Movement masks discomfort. Noise distracts the mind. But at night, when everything slows down, a different kind of sensation appears. A dull ache, a deep pressure, a discomfort that isn't sharp enough to call pain, but strong enough to keep you awake. It may show up in the chest, the back, the abdomen, or deep within the body. And what's strange is that it doesn't demand attention during the day. It waits for stillness. Many people tell themselves it's posture, or tension, or just getting older. They shift positions, stretch, and hope sleep will return. But the body doesn't choose silence to speak without intention. When discomfort emerges only at night, it often means your body is no longer distracted enough to suppress the signal. Repair processes activate. Inflammation becomes noticeable. Internal pressure changes. So ask yourself, what does your body feel when nothing is moving and nothing is distracting you? Because sensations that appear only in quiet moments are rarely new. They're simply no longer being drowned out. For many, the body feels tired, but the mind suddenly refuses to rest. Your body is exhausted, but your mind refuses to slow down. As soon as the lights go off, thoughts accelerate. Memories replay. Worries surface. Sometimes there's a sudden feeling of alertness, as if your body believes it needs to stay awake for safety. Many people label this as anxiety or stress. And while stress can play a role, nighttime mental restlessness isn't always psychological. At night, the nervous system shifts from action to recovery. Stress hormones should fall. The body should feel safe enough to rest. When that doesn't happen, something is disrupting the signal. Blood sugar instability, hormonal imbalance, inflammation, or nervous system dysregulation can all create a false sense of urgency after dark. What makes this symptom easy to dismiss is how common it feels. Everyone is stressed. Everyone overthinks sometimes. But consider this. If your mind becomes alert when your body should feel safe, what is your system responding to? Nighttime alertness isn't always about thoughts. Sometimes, it's about the body quietly refusing to shut down. Your body follows a rhythm at night, and when that rhythm breaks, it sends a signal. Temperature drops. Heart rate slows. Systems move into recovery mode. So when that rhythm breaks, it matters. Some people wake up sweating without the room being hot. Others feel sudden chills, waves of heat, or an internal sense of temperature imbalance that forces them awake. Blankets go on. Blankets come off. Sleep stays broken. Because it happens at night, many blame hormones, the weather, or the room itself. They adjust fans. Change pajamas. Move on. But nighttime temperature regulation is controlled internally. It's a reflection of how well your nervous system and metabolism are communicating. When internal balance is off, the body struggles to regulate heat during rest. And night is when that failure becomes visible. This symptom often appears quietly, long before daytime problems develop. So ask yourself, does your body feel unable to settle into a stable rhythm after dark? Because when your internal clock loses consistency, your body may be signaling that something deeper is interfering with its ability to restore itself. Some signs are so consistent that they feel almost intentional, like waking up at the exact same time every night. You don't need an alarm. Your body wakes you up on its own. And it's not random. The same hour, night after night, sometimes 2 a.m., sometimes 3 o'clock, sometimes just before morning. You may fall back asleep, or you may lie there, staring at the ceiling, wondering why this keeps happening. Most people assume it's coincidence, or stress, or a habit their body picked up over time. But the body is far more precise than that. Regular wake-ups at the same time can reflect patterns in your internal systems, hormonal cycles, blood sugar regulation, nervous system activity, or organ function that follows a nightly rhythm. During sleep, the body performs maintenance on a schedule. When something is strained, that schedule gets interrupted consistently. What makes this sign dangerous is repetition. It becomes familiar, predictable, easy to ignore. But ask yourself this: if your body wakes you at the same hour every night, what is happening inside you at that exact moment? Because patterns are never accidents. They're signals waiting to be recognized. And then there's the signal most people ignore, because it doesn't come with pain, only awareness. No clear symptom you can point to, no obvious reason to worry. And yet, as the room goes dark, a feeling settles in, a subtle unease, a quiet awareness, a sense that something inside your body feels off, not enough to cause panic, but enough to keep you from fully relaxing. Many people ignore this completely. They tell themselves it's imagination, or intuition playing tricks, or just another restless night. But the body has its own form of intelligence. At night, when distractions fade and survival mode eases, awareness increases. Signals that were muted during the day rise to the surface, not as pain, but as perception. This feeling often appears before measurable symptoms, before tests show abnormalities, before the body is forced to escalate its warnings. What makes it so easy to dismiss is that it doesn't demand attention. It simply waits. So ask yourself this: when everything is quiet and you're alone with your body, what is it trying to tell you that you keep pushing aside? Now think about this for a moment. When everything goes quiet at night, what is your body trying to tell you? Not the busy days, not the explanations you tell yourself, just the quiet moments when your body had nothing to do but speak. Which of these night symptoms felt familiar to you? Which one have you been brushing off as normal, stress, or just part of life? Leave a comment below and share the symptom that stood out to you, or tell us how long it's been happening. Your experience might be the signal someone else needs to finally pay attention. And don't stop here. On your screen right now, a recommended video from this channel is about to appear, one that goes even deeper into hidden signs your body shows when something isn't right. Let it play. Because the most important signals don't shout. They wait to see if you're willing to listen.